Hey guys,
Hey,
we
Rebecca.
are so sorry we're late.
We are
It's
so late.
Very
Oh my
late.
God, 20 minutes late. You guys.
20 minutes
Mhm.
late. We apologize. It's totally Karen Reed's fault.
100%.
And we can't control her. So, actually it's just been a crazy week as you can tell. And we wanted to let you know that we have so many shows backlogged, but so much stuff has happened that we're moving them around to accommodate newer news and news that's more relevant. So thank you for being patient with us while we switch it up. We have plenty of content. We're never going to run out of content. So it's all good. And we wanted to start by talking about an email that we received in response to us reaching out for a conversation with Adam Deach. And we wanted to let you know how that went. So take it away, Carrie.
Okay. So Jams reached out to Adam Deach because, as probably a lot of you know, he went on Emily C's show. So we thought, it would be great for us to try to get him on here. We could ask him, all the questions that all of us have and whatnot. So Lydia put it up on the screen. I'm going to read it off of here just because I cannot see that. But just so this was it was a lovely email she sent. Dear Mr. Deach, I hope this message finds you well. I'm reaching out on behalf of our YouTube show, The Forensic Room, to extend an invitation for you to join us for a conversation on the air. We've noticed you have participated in other media appearances discussing your platform and why you are running for Norfolk County DA, and we wanted to offer you the same opportunity with us. Our goal is to provide a respectful, structured discussion space where guests can speak freely with agreed upon parameters. I also want to be clear about where we stand so there are no misunderstanding or surprises. We are not aligned with the Free Karen Reed movement. Our panel has consistently expressed the view that the O'Keefe family was failed by the outcome of the case, and our focus remains strongly pro-victim and pro-witness, particularly in support of the O'Keefe family and the Commonwealth witnesses involved, which is important, right? Because those witnesses were Adam Deach's witnesses as well in the federal grand jury. So these were witnesses he was responsible for protecting. So that should be important to him. That said, we are also committed to fair and good faith dialogue. If you are opening to joining us, we would of course respect any reasonable parameters you would like to set in advance regarding topics you are not willing to discuss. We're happy to discuss those boundaries ahead of time so the conversation remains comfortable and productive for everyone involved. If this is something you would be interested in, we would be glad to coordinate a time that works for you. Thank you for your consideration, and I look forward to hearing from you. So this was a great email, right? Like, she basically was like he could have kind of any parameters he wanted. Another thing to mention is I also know someone who kind of doesn't know him but has spoken to him, and he actually said that he was very open to coming on other shows because he did go on the Emily C show. So that is why we sent this letter, because we expected him to come on, because he said that he wanted to do that, to get on different shows and whatnot. So
I
they
didn't expect him to say yes.
Yeah. So he responded, Dear Jenny, we sincerely thank you for the invite onto your show. We're still evaluating media opportunities and cannot commit to anything right now, but invite you to stay in touch as we near September 1st. So basically he said, no, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So that should tell you a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
For anyone who lives in Norfolk County like I do, that should tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah, this needs to get posted. Yeah, that was a resounding no.
Yes. And please remember, I mean, look at that letter she wrote. It's so nice. And she also said that she is in support of the O'Keefe family, the victims. And he still said no.
He said no.
He said no.
And I think we're very fair. We certainly wouldn't have ambushed him if he had said, I can't talk about this. I don't want to talk about that. We would have respected that. And instead of negotiating with us, he said no. So, for the voters, that's the type of person he is. He's not going to negotiate. He's not going to compromise. He's just going to say goodbye, and I'm not going to bother with you if you don't.
Right.
Fine. So that's not a good sign.
No, it's not a good sign. And I'm extremely harsh on him on Twitter, as everybody knows. And like she wrote in that letter, I knew that she sent it, obviously. I didn't know what she said in it, but she really was like, we will respect any of your boundaries. I mean, even if he had said that crazy Mama Llama cannot be on, I would not have been on and left it to my friends to
100%.
Have a respectful dialogue with him.
But it is kind of interesting because you are one of the 5 of us who is actually a constituent.
You're a voter,
right?
Right? No,
That's a good point,
100%.
yeah.
Right. So that even, so it really, really, please, anyone from Norfolk County who's listening, I don't care who you vote for, just don't vote for him. I mean, listen to look at that letter. He said no. He went on someone's show who raises money and supports Aidan Kearney, who is being charged with harassing and intimidating his federal witnesses.
Yeah.
Well,
That can't be said enough.
The YouTuber who also mocks the victim's mother.
Correct.
And mocks the witnesses who were, received egregious things like the semen, what appeared to be semen on a photo of their child.
Yep. Right. And mocks the pins that John's children / niece and nephew made for him in remembrance of him.
And who also blocked me when I asked her if she wanted to discuss the text stream data.
No.
Statistics say that is the number one reason for blocking Tuesday on.
Yes. We've done a poll.
So me being from Norfolk County, I just felt really strongly about needing to share that because that's a big red flag.
Yeah, and I get it. If he had said here, if he had a list of 100 things that, you can't talk about this, you can't talk about that. I only want one interviewer and I picked XYZ. That's fine. We would have been amenable to any of those things. But he basically just said, thanks, no.
Yep. And she could not have made that more clear. I didn't realize how many times she wrote it. I mean, she really did.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what we're going to go into next, we're going to play for you guys that the part of the hearing that got cut off in the beginning.
Didn't even get aired.
Yeah. But we want to tell you guys what happened leading up to this motions practice, right? So what was going on behind the scenes before they filed all this stuff. And so we're going to start on June 2nd. And June 2nd started with Aidan Kearney's show. He played a video that someone sent to him. We're not going to play that particular video because that is not our story. That is Colin Albert's story and his parents' story. It should have been a beautiful moment for them. It should not have been shared on social media, but Aidan Kearney got a hold of it, and on June 2nd, he played it. And then he made these remarks. So I am going to go to Aidan's video. And guys, I'm sorry, Jenny normally does this for me. So
we miss you, Jenny.
Yeah. And why can't I see it, you guys? Why can't
Jenny?
Did you add it to the stage?
So it's only picking up, hold on, I'm going to go into my online thing. It's only picking up what I have open like online. So let me just log into this really quick.
Thank you, Truth. This is a nice suggestion. Thank you so much.
That's an amazing idea, Truth. So Truth says it's the 1-year anniversary of the verdict. So it's a 1-year anniversary of John O'Keefe and his family not getting justice. So consider donating $12, $1 for every month that justice for John was denied. That's a great idea.
Thank you.
The Venmo's in the upper corner, and also the website defendingthetruth.org.
And it is pinned at the top of the chat.
Amazing.
A link to it.
While we're looking for the video, we should explain what the hearing was in general. So it was the hearing where they were discussing Colin's deposition, right? The whole issue with Colin's deposition.
Right.
And the hearing, whoever was recording it in the room, whatever media station it was it WBZ? They only caught the second half of it. For whatever reason, we can go down that road if we want, but it only caught half of it. And it caught the half where the judge was being pretty stern with Colin's attorney, or the witness's attorney. And so that was what went wild on all the YouTuber, LawTuber shows. But the first half came out today, or the full thing, I should say. And in the first part, we really get to see some of the misinformation and lies that the judge called the Karen's team out for, one of which was them quoting Alan Jackson in a way that made it look like they were quoting Proctor as saying, pin it on the girl. That was one of the things that really, really bothered me in that motion. And I honestly can't even believe they even tried to attempt that.
Yeah. So I've got it up. Let's see, you guys.
There we go. I see you now. Okay.
It's okay. Here we go. So this is Aiden.
Colin Albert, he's gone. Colin's gone. Just like that. He's leaving. We lost 2 people today.
Okay. It's not coming up right. So hold on a second. Oh my God, you guys.
That's Colin Albert. He's gone.
So
we don't need to see his face. Just play it like that.
Hold on. I'm going to figure this out. So let me remove
just upload the file directly into Present, Julie. And then it'll be just the file. So just do Present and then do upload from your computer and just upload that file.
Let's see if that works.
That's Colin Albert. He's gone. Colin's gone. Just like that. He's leaving. We lost 2 people today. We lost 2 more bite the dust. Colin's gone. He's done. He's out. He's in the Army.
That's his Wi-Fi.
No.
Is it?
No, it's me. It's not. Yeah. So it says it's moving, but it's not. So that is not working, which is bad. So let me take this off, which I don't know where it's at now. How do I take that off?
There we go.
Okay, thank you. Perfect. Let me try this again. It's on my screen too. That's why.
Can you do share the window? Is that what you were doing? Share the window?
I'm going to try to share the window.
Oh, Truth, you're so honest. That's great. So close.
That's not good.
I love it. I love it.
The problem is I don't know how to get it off. Like, why is it doing that to me?
Because you're showing it the window that has our show in it. You're not showing the window that has the video in it.
Okay, so let me try it one more time. So I have it on window, and then I put it on that.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
Michelle just said, "Come on, Julie, TV's watching you."
At least there's not a bird in here.
Yeah.
He's out. He's in the Army. He's going to go free, beat Iran by himself with his bare hands. So he's gone, and Sean Good's gone. If you thought the Advantage Boys were in for it, we need to see what the Ayatollah's in for. because now that Colin's in the Army, they're fucked. They're fucked. Imagine that. Imagine the cross-examination. So, Mr. Albert, so you're in the Army, right? Okay, so you're gonna protect this country from everything foreign and domestic, yep. Well, how are you gonna protect this country if you're a big fat pussy? How like, it's like a gaping pussy too. Like, you're just opening the flaps and you can just let other countries walk in here because your pussy is that wide open. It's just open for business. A gaping vagina. We're fucked, you know? We're fucked. I don't know. Maybe they need somebody to, like, they have like a water boy. Does the Army have a water boy? I don't know. But anyway, that's what Colin's.
Yeah.
What is wrong with that man? I don't even, I mean, there's no low that he won't go. Like, someone went into the military and he can't even just shut his fucking mouth. Like, it's really unbelievable.
Yeah, I normally do not turn him on. I watch like later, and that particular night I had turned it on. I can't remember what we were doing. I think we actually were already going to bed, and I had put it, and I saw that video, and I was like, oh my God. Do you guys remember like the texting? Like, oh
yeah.
My God.
Mm-hmm. It's so crazy how they say, you know, how they'll pick one way or the other. Like, they're accusing Colin of being this like big fighter who's like such a tough guy.
Now he's a pussy.
Now he's a pussy who needs to be the water boy. Yep. Like, it never, this is the flip-flopping around is.
Yeah, which is it?
Yeah. Did he knock out the Boston cop and kill him? Or is he a pussy who is the water boy in the Army? Pick your lane. Which is
right. Right.
Yeah, they're not thinking that hard.
Nope. Whoops, sorry. All right. So the next thing we're going to show you is the next day there was a hearing in the wrongful death case. And so Aaron Rosenberg made some statements during that hearing. And let's see if I can do this right now.
You can do it, Julie.
I have faith in you.
All right, perfect.
Pending one right now is a motion to compel production and deposition of Colin Albert. Then there is, I believe, it's likely that you'll see similar motions relating to the 6 other individuals that I listed. But we just found out last night that they're apparently unavailable.
I didn't hear the last part of that.
I said, as I said earlier, we've only just found out last night that they're apparently unavailable, so that motion hasn't been served.
Did the notice of unavailability indicate any reason or other than they just can't be there?
It says, with respect to the depositions, our clients are not available on the dates proposed in the subpoenas. And then their availability is as follows: almost entirely late July and August. That's it. So we'll confer and try to work that out and get them sooner than that. But if not, you should expect those motions.
Attorney Seligson, did you find the date when they were first noticed?
Yes, Your Honor, they were noticed. The depositions went out on May 5th for various dates in June and May.
And Attorney Rosenberg or Attorney Seligson, how did they get kicked over beyond that? Because it's June already.
Those are the dates that, so Colin Albert refused to appear and refused to produce documents, said his attorney said he was unavailable, and then out of the blue said now he's only available for another 7 days and then he's gone for the rest of your discovery period. So that was that deposition. The other ones are the ones that I've been referring to today. They've gotten kicked out because we just found out that they're apparently unavailable.
It's good to hear that someone's paying attention to what.
Yeah, so that was the next day, right? So we have the announcement that Colin is leaving for it's basic training, basic training. The next day, then we have this hearing, and Aaron Rosenberg makes this statement, knowing, I mean, there's full well, both of these men, both Rosenberg and Seligson, know about the social media. We know that they know about the social media because Damon Seligson is sharing people on the FKR side, right? On his own feed. So they're very
sharing people and posing with some of the most vile people on the FKR movement, harassers, and one of them who put a bounty on the witness's head on a social media page. He's posing for photos with them.
Yep. So you've got this boiling pot with Colin that started on the 2nd. Then you've got Rosenberg making these remarks, right? So he makes those remarks on the 3rd. And I'm going to kind of go a little bit out of order here. We all know the next day after this hearing, Karen filed that lawsuit in Bristol County. And then that Friday, she went on the Today Show. They went on this like media thing. This happened that weekend, right? So all of these things are converging. Alan Jackson goes on Billy Bush, and Alan Jackson makes some statements regarding Colin and the witnesses.
No, what has to be settled with Jen McCabe in front.
Sorry. He makes some statements. And so we'll get to it when we talk about the hearing. But
Higgins and the Alberts, Colin Albert just enlisted in the military. He's going off in a week or so. The chat section needs to know, has he been deposed yet?
Colin?
Yes.
The answer is no, he has not been deposed yet. There was some shenanigans that were played around what was supposed to be a deposition that was scheduled, rescheduled, etc. The other side has played a few games, but no, his actual court order subpoenaed deposition has not been taken.
Can he? Well, I mean, he's got 6 days before he goes to the military. Can you guys?
That doesn't going into the military does not absolve you of the responsibility of showing up for a deposition when you're duly subpoenaed, and he will be.
So he'll have to come back from military duty. Does that take precedence from serving? Because many people might think of being in the military to get out of that, or
Right. Well, the court order takes precedence over everything. So it's yet to be seen who shows up when and where. But Colin Albert's not going to get out of the responsibility of answering questions any more than anybody else is. We're not going to sit back and say, oh, well, you just joined the Army or the Navy or whatever it is, whatever branch you joined, and that absolves you of the responsibility of answering tough questions, because everybody involved in this is going to answer some tough questions.
Do you hear what he said? Everybody involved in this.
Yeah.
Colin isn't even named. She wouldn't even name him. What do you mean everyone involved?
Not only that, I can't figure out how Free Karen Reed doesn't realize how stupid all these lawyers think they are. And I'm sorry, but you go with it. So you must be, right? Like you must be, because Colin Albert has testified in front of a state murder case at trial. He's testified at 2 grand juries. He's answered every question that's been thrown at him. And he stayed around here for 4 years. He had to leave his college, his football team, because of all of you unhinged lunatics. And now he's going off to a totally opposite life this was not the life he had planned. And now you're using this as, he's running to, what are you talking about?
Right.
What are you talking? There's only 2 people who haven't answered any questions, Karen Reed and Aidan Kearney.
And Billy Bush, slips that in, right? He's like, so you could just join the military to run away. Like that was Colin's intent.
That was, that wasn't planned, that entire interview.
I think it's important to note too, is that, and I have the video if we wanted to play it, but Alan Jackson and Billy Bush are friends. I have video of him doing a nice little thing for Billy Bush, saying that everyone needs a Billy Bush in their life.
Yep. They are friends. This is all a PR nonsense. And
it's a good old boys club, right?
Yes.
That's what this is. This is Alan Jackson, who does very well He's got a 96% success rate, right? And I guess it's probably gone up since Karen was acquitted. But that's a really high success rate for a defense attorney. Because think of how many people need a defense attorney that are actually guilty, right? Versus not guilty. And so his whole shtick is that he's got his little PR media ties, and he has a tactic that he goes with. And this
Melanie
is
Little, Emily Baker, all of them. Like Tuesday just said, all of them.
But the reality is, them saying, oh, he joined the Army to avoid a deposition. Okay, no. And how long is this young man supposed to put his life on hold for? Because
Forever,
Karen Reed decided to point the finger at him to evade accountability. How long is he supposed to do this? Someone please answer that for me.
Mm-hmm. And not only that, he's hiding. Do you morons not realize he is suing her?
Yeah,
he took a lawsuit on her.
Right.
Like, are you out of your minds?
Well, I mean, there was a whole thing Melanie Little did today. I mean, no matter what the witnesses do, they're wrong. So she's like, oh, we want our privacy at some South Park. I mean, I don't know. That woman is nuts. But some South Park thing, like, we want our privacy. And then she's like, and then you sue them. You guys said for how many months, like, if what we're saying, if what Aiden is saying isn't true, then sue him. He said it multiple times. Then they do that, and then they're still wrong. So there's no pleasing any of you. Mm-hmm. So what happens the morning that Karen files that lawsuit against Proctor, which I do think that was orchestrated. I think it was strategic when she filed it. But there's a hearing in the defamation case. And this is for the protective order. The station that had it is Justice Served. They called it the Crybabies, the Crybabies hearing. Linda Bodden is Aiden Carney's attorney in another case. Both of these people are attorneys. They're calling the witnesses crybabies because now they've filed a defamation case. But anyways, they had that hearing. If you guys have not watched it, I would urge you to watch that hearing. It's a great hearing. Tim Bradel really looks out of his depth. If I was Aiden Carney, I'd be very, very concerned. But this happens during that hearing. So you're going to see Tuxbury. I am so bad at this, you guys.
Not respecting this motion, some other issue I'd like to raise with you.
That kind of ignores what I just said.
I appreciate that, Your Honor, but it relates to this case and the issues that were before Your Honor. As you know, this case is a defamation action. My clients, as we discussed last week, have been subject to prior harassment and intimidation.
Let me ask you a question. Does what you want to relate to me, is it the reason you were raising your hand yesterday?
It certainly is, Your Honor, because statements were made yesterday about my clients.
Right. Okay, let me back up and give you the whole picture here. Remember, this was on Thursday. Wednesday was the hearing in the wrongful death case. And during that case, Tuxbury was kind of antsy. We went through that the other night because there were a number of things that were being said by Aaron Rosenberg, who works with Mr. Seligson representing Karen Reed, that obviously Tuxbury did not agree with, but never really got addressed. And again, Bill Dea is the same judge for both on purpose. That was the way it was set up. So let's see if he's allowed to get into that in this hearing for a totally different case.
We're not going to mix the cases.
I actually, that was my client who was a party in that case. The statements were made about them were demonstrably false. And then subject to harassment afterwards.
We're here on protecting. Okay? So that's all I'm going to do.
And I guess the question, Your Honor, was not talking about yesterday, is whether we should contemplate trying to consolidate matters for discovery purposes so we avoid these issues where arguments are made without counsel and parties there to present to them. We talked about that with parties at the outset that they opposed it to this side, and then the other parties were deaf. Agree with it? I just put a nice idea.
Again, I like to deal with what's in front of me, and I'm not here to tell counsel how to try their cases, prepare their cases. So if you think something is warranted, you can file a motion.
I appreciate that, John.
Yeah. Anything else from you, Attorney Seligson? Anything else? Okay.
Yep. So that happened in the protective order hearing. And so now we're going to show you something that happens outside. And so what happens outside is really the source of the argument between Rosenberg and Tuxbury. let me bring it up. I am really missing Ginny tonight.
You're doing great.
I'm really bad at this. This is like flying a plane. Like,
we respect the judge's concern about.
Sorry, hold on. So I'm gonna preface this before I show it to you guys. It is Tim Bradle, and he is talking. I want you guys to watch the right side of the screen. What's going on the right side of the screen? You're going to see Tuxbury, and you're going to see Seligson.
Moving the case along. Fortunately for Mr. Carney, the anti-SLAPP statute really gives him very substantial protections to put the brakes on while we establish whether this is petitionary activity or not.
Now, let me just preface this as he continues on. Two things. First of all, you'll see that I frame him a little bit left side, because you'll see Seligson and Tuxbury, plaintiff's attorney, having a schmooze fest behind him. Just to give you a sense of, that's how it is in the real world. You may be combatants, in the gladiator arena, but you're outside and you're having a friendly, civil conversation about moving forward in the case. The other thing I want to mention is the young lady who asked that question. The question was about the Karen Reed filing that had literally just hit the paper as we were going into court that morning. So it kind of took over the narrative for the day. Tim doesn't even address it. I'm not even sure he knew about it at that point, because it was that close to the time he was spending in court. So anyway, she's getting, if it were me, I would be objecting to his response as non-responsive, because he went into the whole anti-SLAPP thing. But anyway, then our interview picks up.
We're very confident it will be found to be so. So the judge is sort of trying to grapple, I think, with both sides of the coin, as judges will do, trying to get the thing moving along. But in this the peculiarities of this situation, we do have this right to put the brakes on and deal with the First Amendment issue, which we fully intend to do. Thanks, guys. Yes, Tim Bradle. B-R-A-D-L. Yeah, take care, guys. Have a good day. What do you need? Of course, anything you need, brother. What do you need?
Judge is a bit of a stickler, I would say. My sister is the statute, and the effectively kind of more flexibility in most people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you guys see that? That is when Rosenberg approaches Seligson. Tuxbury approaches Seligson about what Aaron Rosenberg said the day prior. This is the way they're supposed to treat each other, right? So they're supposed to be civil. They're supposed to talk about these things. So Tuxbury had said, obviously something, we couldn't clean up that audio to find out what was being said in the background. But that's where that occurs. And it makes a lot of sense, right? They're both in court together. Something was said about Tuxbury's client. He goes to the attorney that is on the team that is there. And he's like, hey, can we work this out? There were things that we said that were not exactly correct. And then you're going to see what happens. So now we have the emails. Now, these were part of an exhibit in the witness's reply. And after that conversation occurred, there were a series of emails. So I'm going to bring those up. And hold on a second, you guys. I'm so bad at this. Why can't I see it? So I have it.
Thank you for all the $12, by the way. Y'all are so sweet.
So I can't see it.
Because it's not in present.
Oh, okay. Thanks. That's helpful. So I have it. If I click this, will it then let me click into it?
Yep, it should. You might have to open it in Acrobat or in a tab.
Yeah, I can't.
Just do, when you go to present, do upload from your computer again. Instead of sharing the window, do present and then do slides and PDFs.
Gotcha.
And then y'all are all going to learn StreamYard by the time we're done with you.
Wow. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
It's a free class. Actually, we're going to charge. Everyone needs to donate $5 for us teaching you how to use StreamYard. How about that? StreamYard is hard.
So how come it didn't come up? I did that. And it
is. It's there. So here.
Can you see it? Oh. Great. So do you want to read, Lydia? Because I can't see. And we're going to go all the way. So we've got to read bottom up.
Bottom up.
So
So do I need to go to the next page?
You need to go to the last page and then move forward. So the last page is going to be the first communication. I think the first communication is from Diller.
Okay. Yeah. Mark Diller. Please consider. Oh, no.
That's just their notices. Yeah. So this, and what's the date on this? The 22nd. Yeah. So this is 22nd. This is actually about something else. But then we're going to see somebody jumps in on this chain and it starts the communication.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead and read that one from Mark.
Got it. Counsel, please note the following. 1, Tuesday's deposition of Mikowski is off while the O'Keefe and Reed teams confer on Reed's objection to the matter. 2, we were notified that Ms. Collins and Ms. Bombardier need to reschedule the Thursday depositions. 3, given all the parties were already blocked for the day and our need to move the depositions forward, we investigated and discovered that Colin Albert's deposition was canceled by the Reed team previously and never re-noticed, subpoenaed to date. Albert's counsel has agreed to accept the subpoena and to appear next Thursday at his counsel's office, 28 State Street, for deposition. See the attached deposition notice, which has been properly served on Albert with a confirmed appearance. 4, Friday's deposition remains on the calendar and has been confirmed that it is going forward. Have a nice holiday weekend. I look forward to seeing you all next week.
So I'm going to jump in real quick. So this is what they're arguing about, and this is what Rosenberg and Waters and Seligson are saying. You didn't notice us properly. You didn't give us the right amount of time because Waters was supposed to do the deposition, but he was going to be out of town. One of the things that I want to say that I did not say is, if you look at the exhibits, Colin was handled very, very differently than the other witnesses, right? The other non-party witnesses. Colin, you'll see it when we go through the motion, but he was noticed back in February, and then they sent it to him in April, did not go through his attorney, went directly to Colin, and asked for like a ridiculous amount of production in 6 days, which is completely, it's inappropriate. Almost, in my opinion, they did it so that it had to be canceled. All of the other witnesses, they noticed on May 5th, I believe. Colin was left out of that. He was handled very, very differently. And I don't think anyone has pointed that out up until this point, but you need to understand what was going on with Colin and that he was, for some reason, singled out by the Reed team. And they handled it the way that they did. So
well,
then,
it's almost like they remember the good old days, right?
Right.
In 2023, before they realized how, before the judge was like, "What? He's not even going to be allowed as a third party. This is ridiculous." They remember. I mean, look at social media right now. They love going after Colin Albert. She knows that.
Yeah,
she knows that.
It should be said those 3 days, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, like what was going on social media up until today. I mean, it's still, I still had horrible comments on my post today about Colin. Like it continues.
Yes. And it was done, right? Like you
firestorm, right?
And Colin Albert, this is the fallout from their PR
100%
smear of him, because Colin hasn't been mentioned for a very long time. I mean, he wasn't even allowed in the second trial. He wasn't even at 34 Fairview and Karen's. They know that. So they know that how much this mob loves going at him and making him the killer.
Yeah.
And she knows that. This is all her.
This is 100% Karen. 100% they are doing this at Karen's direction. So do you want to go to the next one, Lydia? Because this gets really spicy as we go.
It does get spicy.
Very spicy.
Mark, your notice of deposition relating to Colin Albert's deposition violates the rules of civil procedure and therefore is invalid. As a result, you have a right under the rules to proceed with his deposition on May 28th. Kieran, please see attached for service pursuant to Superior Court Rule 9A, our motion to compel and memorandum relating to Colin Albert's deposition. Please provide your opposition in accordance with Rule 9A, Chaz.
Now, remember, they had canceled his deposition because they had improperly noticed him for the discovery. And they were like, oh, it doesn't make sense to do the deposition without the discovery. He never said, I'm not going to produce this, but they did not give him the appropriate amount of time. And then they were like, oh, yeah, we should cancel it. Okay. So now here we go again. What date is this, Lydia, and who is this one from?
This is May 26th. So this is 4 days after the initial email. And this is from Chaz Waters.
Yep.
And he is forwarding the email and he says FYI. So I guess he's forwarding that prior chain. So then on June 4th is the next email.
So
and
this is coming after that conversation between Tuxbury and Seligson that you guys saw. That was very cordial, very cordial.
Very cordial, warm, friendly.
Yes, yes.
Chummy.
Yes.
Hi, Damon. So this is from Kieran Murphy to Damon. Hi, Damon. I understand that you spoke with Jim today about the misrepresentations made by Aaron in open court during yesterday's wrongful death status conference regarding the facts surrounding Colin Albert's deposition and document subpoena. Please advise as soon as possible whether Aaron or another member of your team intends to retract or clarify those statements with Judge Gildea. Otherwise, we intend to cross-move for sanctions against Aaron for violating rules of professional conduct 3.3a when serving our opposition to the outstanding motion to compel tomorrow. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks, Kieran.
So, Lydia, can you tell me the time on that email?
Yes, that is at 4:40:56.
Yeah, and so that was a morning hearing. So obviously,
right.
Mr. Tuxbury went all day and Mr. Murphy went all day. No response from Seligson. So all of these things are very important in understanding what was going on here. So we can go to the next one.
Okay. So then Aaron, this is where it gets spicy.
Yeah.
Aaron responds the same day at 4:45. Wait a minute. The other one was at 4:40. So 5 minutes later, Aaron says, you guys are really something else. What misrepresentations might help to lay out what you what you allege to be misrepresentations before accusing your opposing counsel of lying.
So, and obviously Seligson has not had the conversation with Rosenberg. They went all day. They were like, whatever, bro, we're not doing anything about this. We're going to let it fester. And so we're going to show a picture during this presentation. Seligson, after he had that conversation with, I think we already said this, I might be repeating this, but because it bothers me so much. After he has that conversation with Tuxbury, where Tuxbury is telling him how problematic this is for his client, Seligson goes over and takes a picture with all the people that are harassing Colin on social media. It's insane.
Yep.
Insane.
And then he comments on it after, thanks everyone, gives fist pumps on emojis to all of them on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lawyer.
Mm-hmm. So then Tuxbury responds and he says, Aaron, I spoke with your partner, Damon, at length today about this. You said yesterday in open court that Colin Albert refused to appear for a deposition. That was demonstrably not true. Our email exchange confirms that Ms. Reed canceled the April 29th deposition. That misrepresentation has had real world impact on Colin, and my other clients have faced an onslaught of online harassment, defamation, and intimidation sparked by your statements yesterday. Damon indicated that he would speak with you and get back to me with an explanation, if any, which I told him that I would listen to. I remain willing to do so. Jim. So Jim is surprised that these two people who work together have not spoken about this. Like, it's not Jim's fault that this conversation that he had with Damon, that Damon was then supposed to have with Jim, didn't happen, right?
Correct.
And it probably did happen. They don't care. Like, they don't care what they're doing to the witnesses. You know, they don't care. They want this to happen.
And I think they're kind of
this
riding.
Is why they do it.
They're riding that, Karen Reed ego bath, where they think everything's going to go their way and we can just do whatever to whoever. and no one's ever going to call us on it. And I,
Right.
after the end, I'll give some comments about my opinion about what happened here.
But you can feel that Tuxbury seems a little taken aback when he's like, we already talked about this. Like, what is going on? Why are you so mad?
Exactly. So
I'm going to go to the next page to grab the beginning of this email. So then Aaron responds, Jim, Damon did not leave your conversation with any understanding of what misrepresentation you were referring to. I don't believe I misrepresented anything. But now that you've identified to me what you claim to be inaccurate, I'm willing to review the recording of the status conference and evaluate whether I think that I misspoke. If so, I would, of course, correct the record. However, as you know, there were two ways for you and your firm to handle your concern. You could have sent a simple email to me, the lawyer you believe misspoke, identifying it and asking me to correct it. Instead, your firm elected the first contact with me regarding this issue to be a threat of sanctions and an allegation of an ethical violation without any explanation. I take it from your unnecessary and discourteous aggression that you, I can't see this, it's blocked by the slide thing, darn it, that you stand by every word you've said and something in this case. So we'll follow up with you later regarding the multiple statements in your recent reply in the federal case and your defamation complaint that are demonstrably not true. I'll let you know by Tuesday morning whether I believe any of my statements at the status conference warrant clarification. Thanks, Aaron.
He's something else. Is that the end of it?
That is the end of that.
Okay. So I've got another one, Lydia, and I cannot remember how we shared this. So this is what Aaron decides to do. He is, if you guys saw it, how did you get that one? I can't remember how you got it.
What?
How did we put the emails up? How did I do that?
Oh, so you did presenter invite and then slides or PDFs.
Okay, I will do that again. So if anybody was paying attention to the docket, there was this weird letter that showed up, right? And we were all like, what in the world is that?
Yep.
So that letter was the result of these emails, right? And so what's going to happen is then we're going to get this motions practice after it. I did slides and PDFs, right, Lydia?
Yes. Or it could be, if it's an image file, you can choose image file. If it's a photo.
It might be a photo.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is. So I cannot read this, but this is what Mr. Rosenberg decided to do instead of anything else. He decided to write a Betero letter. Can you read it?
He did. A Betero letter. Okay. This is from She and Finney regarding the case. It lists the full case name. Dear Judge Gildea, counsel for Colin Albert, a third-party witness in the above-captioned case, has baselessly alleged that I intentionally misrepresented facts or misled the court during the status conference on June 3rd, 2026 in this case, and has insisted that I clarify the record. I understand that Mr. Albert's counsel attempted to raise these claims in open court at a hearing on another matter concerning Mr. Albert, where I was not present, but Your Honor did not entertain the discussion because no relevant motion was before the court. At the June 3rd conference, as part of a lengthy back and forth with the court about the status of many depositions in the case, I referenced the 6 depositions that Mr. Albert's counsel had unilaterally purported to cancel at 9:20 p.m. the night before the conference. I then referred in passing, like that matters, to Mr. Albert's deposition and his refusal to comply with the subpoena my office served on him. When I said that he had refused to appear, it was not to suggest that Mr. Albert took the position immediately upon service of the subpoena that he would never appear under any circumstances. That is not what I said. Instead, I was referring to the fact that the same counsel that sent the 920 email had, on behalf of Mr. Albert, refused to produce documents in response to his subpoena, delayed responding for weeks to propose narrowing of the subpoena terms, failed to provide additional reasonable available dates after the deposition was postponed, not canceled, because reasonable available dates after the I read that again, because of the document dispute, emailed in late May to say that Mr. Albert would only be available for the 13 days that followed, after which he would be unavailable indefinitely. And then coordinated with the plaintiff's counsel to schedule a new separate deposition pursuant to a new subpoena from the plaintiffs, noticed 6 days before such deposition in direct violation of Rule 3 something. When I stated in response to your question that Mr. Albert refused to appear for the deposition, that is what I was referring to. That makes my head hurt.
Okay, wait, there's more.
Doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, there's more.
Well, okay. As I told you in the status conference, the conduct described above is the subject of a pending motion to compel, which we will file promptly once we receive Mr. Albert's opposition. But rather than arguing the merits of this dispute, Mr. Albert's counsel has elected to launch false accusations of intentional misrepresentation at opposing counsel and demand clarification. I do not think this is the best use of the parties' or court's time and resources. However, at Mr. Albert's counsel's insistence, I am providing an explanation.
Yeah, nobody insisted that he provide that letter. He chose to do that. I do think that there was a Mark Betterow influence there.
It sounds like such a whiny biatch. I mean, it just screams like stomping your foot and acting like a complete moron.
I mean, he could have just been like, oh, hey, sorry. Like, just a quick little,
I didn't mean to say that.
I misstated or I No. It was
and he wanted it very public. It was pocketed. He wanted this in the public. Like they are playing to social media. They are playing to the media. Yeah. That's what they wanted, and that's what he did. And I know the motions practice came a few days later after this. There were, and we'll go through them as we're going through these motions. The reactions of YouTubers. All of this stuff was available to you guys, right? I have a full-time job. I have a family. Everybody that is on this show has jobs. They have families. They have whatever. We all understood what was going on behind this, right? As soon as that was filed and we saw these exhibits, these emails, we knew. But the take on the other YouTube stations, they completely ignored all of this. And I get it. There was a lot going on. Karen filed that lawsuit. But if you're going to go on YouTube and you're going to say things, at least make sure you give your audience the background. And so we wanted you guys to have this because there was a lot going on. I don't know how many people caught the conversation between Tuxbury and Seligson. Right. Obviously, Justice Served did have that on their feed. But I didn't hear anybody mention it. Nobody said a word about it.
No.
And they're probably mad that they caught it now.
Oh, 100%. They didn't take it down.
I got to tell you, I don't think anybody even realized what was going on in that conversation.
No, they didn't.
They didn't. They don't care. All they want to do is, criticize the witnesses, criticize the attorneys. They really don't care about the substance of what's happening here.
Yeah, and the context in which this happened is so important because some of it is on video.
Right. And nobody asked Rosenberg to do that. Nobody asked Rosenberg to write a letter and have it docketed and all of this stuff. Nobody did that. So what we're going to go into next is the part of the hearing that was cut off, right? So
Jill, just very quickly, we should let everybody know that the judge did not, he wasn't happy about that letter.
No.
And so there won't be any more letters.
No.
He actually filed into the case about it.
He did. And he took that letter off the docket. Not that it matters. It's already out there. And the judge knows that. He knows what they did. He knows why they did it. And there won't be any more letters. Just like I think at one point the judge in Aiden's case as well, said to better, oh, enough with your letters. Like, stop
Yeah.
it.
So
It's just
many
ridiculous.
letters.
Yeah. It's
And,
so
and
ridiculous.
one trick, I'm surprised we haven't seen it here. This happened a lot in Delphi. What the attorneys would do was they would take previously denied motions that were like 200 pages long, just garbage for social media, and they would incorporate it into a new motion.
Sure.
So the judge finally had to say a similar thing, like, we're not going to do this. If a motion gets denied, you're not going to recycle it, with an extra sentence, and it's going to be a new filing. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
So it's just embarrassing.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, when did we know yesterday? I mean, fairly quickly, we knew that there was part of that hearing that was not televised.
Yeah. Very early.
And it was very upsetting for, I think, everyone, all of us, that to know what had happened that was just completely cut off. And none of us are conspiracy theorists, but I think we all had thoughts.
Yeah, I think that was like the first time where I was like, you know what, something's not right.
At
Something's not
3
right.
o'clock? It was supposed to start at 3 o'clock. But it did bode well for Karen for a few hours. That only part of that was shown. Thank God we got the other half.
Yeah. And I honestly never thought we were going to see it. Never.
I agree.
No, I paid for the recording. So I have the just audio, not the video. So we would have gotten the audio even if they,
but like people needed
site.
to see it. Like,
yeah, they needed to see
they
it.
needed to see it. And
His body language especially.
yeah. And I mean, God bless Christina Rex, who, I think she put out the only tweet about it, and that how the judge reprimanded them for what they're doing on social media.
Right.
Because I mean, this just can't happen again. It can't happen again. It can't.
No, and
scoured for hours looking for evidence of media attention to the fact that the first staff was missing, and we found nothing.
Nothing.
So Christina really was the only one who ended up saying that.
And it was crazy because where it picked up on the stream was literally
literally.
second after he stopped
100%
fan-basting Rosenberg. So it was, I don't know, it was.
I mean, if tables were turned, this would be like.
Oh my God. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Oh, this would be a total conspiracy. 100%.
It would be made into something by emotion, by her defense, her
100%.
team. It would be like
WBZ would be on the list. They'd be.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
I just want to real quickly, Lil Miss Peachy asked a question.
Just start that comment. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was just going to tell her we started. So if we remember to go back to these questions later, we will try. But that is a good question.
It is. Okay, we ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, it's good. I know how to do it. It's good.
I do not know how to do it.
It's all good. Okay, is it full screen now?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. This court is now in session. Please be seated.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. May I proceed? Good afternoon, everyone. The matter before the court is civil action number 2483 CV 00692. Paula O'Keefe, individually and personal representative of the estate of John Joseph O'Keefe III et al. Versus CNC Hospitality LLC, doing business as C&F McCarthy's et al. Counsel, if you could please state your name for the record because you're the plaintiff.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Dan Buck on behalf of the plaintiff. Plaintiffs, excuse me.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Aaron Rosenberg on behalf of Defendant Reed.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Damon Seligson on behalf of Karen Reed.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Thomas Tang on behalf of Karen Reed. Good afternoon. Who's going to argue on behalf of Ms. Reed?
Sorry.
Who's going to argue?
I am.
I see counsel at the side of the bench for a moment. So let's start with plaintiff's motion to compel responses. And let me start out with a question to the read. Attorney Rosenberg, in your opposition, you're basically saying the motion is moved because you responded to requests on May 21st, right?
As of filing that, yes, but I have an update that we
Hang
both
on.
have.
You go on to say in an email that's attached here, oh, I should also point out, in the submission that you made, you pointed out to the clerk that some of the exhibits that you had submitted were not complete copies. So for the record is clear, you submitted complete copies of 3 exhibits that the court has substituted for what was in there because they weren't complete, correct?
Correct. I think that relates to the other motion, however. But yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
So in your, there's an email in there as well that you say there will be a future production.
That's the update I have for you.
Is it all produced?
Yes.
Do you agree?
To be clear, I can't give you a definitive yes or no, Your Honor.
When did you get it?
Well, to the court's probably dismay, we were actually in a deposition this morning, which is nice to report. And
That wouldn't cause dismay.
yeah, I wasn't sure. I knew you might cause shock. I didn't know if dismay would come along with it. But that being said, Attorney Fell, my colleague, and I were in attendance for this morning's deposition, and Attorney Diller is unavailable at the moment. I received an email on or about 11:24 a.m. this morning from Ms. Reed's counsel acknowledging that a production to our supplemental request had been made. Following the completion of today's deposition, I got in the car and came here.
Let's not waste any more
Yeah, I
time
can't
on this.
confirm.
All right, you don't know, you just got it, you just sent it.
Our team, yes.
Your team.
Yeah.
Well, we'll use the collective.
All right, good. Yeah,
okay?
that's fair. Your Honor.
All right.
Yes.
All right, so let's move on. We're done with that for now. All right? Anyone need to be heard any further?
Not at this time.
Do you need to be heard any further?
No, Your Honor, not on that motion.
Okay, so let's go to the next motion. And that's the motion relative to compelling Mr. Albert. So Attorney Rosenberg, and I guess to all the attorneys in this case and non-parties that are involved in the case, the pleadings I'm getting in this case, and I'm sure that I will get in the McCabe case, are replete with arguments presented as facts, which isn't really helpful to me. And there's a lot more background in these submissions than I really need to decide the issues. So I'm going to ask all of you in the pleadings that you filed, at least with me, just write what I need to know in order to decide the issue and stop pandering to social media. All right? So now let's get on to your motion. And I have a question with respect to your motion that you wrote.
Can I just make one quick comment, Your Honor? Our memo, I agree with you, but our memo of law is 9 pages long and it has a page and a half of argument. So we're not pandering to anyone and we don't intend to.
You raised it, so let's talk about it. Let's go to page 3 of your motion, all right? In top page, we don't have to restate the words, but end of the first sentence to the end of the second sentence, end of the first line, not to the end of the second line, all right? Now, how old was that individual when they went to the wedding?
I don't know, Your Honor, but.
So is it really, you don't know, so is it really, what if he was a ring bearer? Is that really relevant to the issue I have to decide?
Absolutely it is, because.
If a young child's a ring bearer at a wedding, okay, go to the line above there, okay, the words in quotes. Whose words are those? Because there's no reference, no citation to it, which makes it totally not helpful to me.
Understood, Your Honor, and that point is taken. However.
Well, who is it, do you know?
I believe it's her defense counsel.
per defense counsel, you're citing a statement in quotes from your client's defense counsel. How is that relevant or appropriate, especially without citation?
But if I can take the first question first, and then I'll answer your second question. The first question, there's a significant relevance objection to Colin Albert being deposed or producing any documents in this case. You see it throughout the lengthy opposition.
I don't think the opposition is to producing any documents.
I would disagree with that, Your Honor, and I'm happy to explain why. But there's a significant relevance objection overall to Colin Albert being a deponent.
I know there's a relevance objection, but I don't think facts or claims facts like that are really relevant. They're nothing but attempts to sensationalize certain things. So let's go on to the real issues.
Your Honor,
let's go on to the real issues of the case.
Your Honor, if you're going to point out that something is irrelevant, I'd like to please just very quickly address why I disagree with you.
I've read everything. I know why you think it's relevant. It's relevant because they don't want to produce anything, and they're trying to minimize the involvement. You're trying to do the opposite thing. I understand.
But you just told me you don't think it's relevant. I think I have the right to tell you why I disagree.
I don't need all that background, all right?
It's not background, Your Honor. It's a significant point.
Let's move on.
Well, how is the relationship?
Let's move on.
How is the relationship between?
We're either going to move on or we're going to end the hearing.
Okay, well, Your Honor, I would note for the record, I'd like to address the point that you just made, referring to something as irrelevant, which I think is actually highly relevant. If you're not going to allow me to explain that in 2 sentences.
You don't know how old the person was at the time they attended the wedding.
Correct. But that doesn't impact the relevance. The relevance is the relationship between the families. That's the relevance, and that's the only reason it's referenced there. I don't think the fact that the families were close enough to attend weddings together is irrelevant to whether Mr. Albert is relevant to this case. But I'm happy to move on to your other question. I think, I don't know if you need an answer, but I take your point about quotation marks without a citation and the effectiveness of including prior statements of counsel and pleadings. So we'll keep that in mind.
Not helpful.
Understood.
So now let's go on to some other questions I have about what happened here. Your office, not you individually.
Collective you.
Your collective you.
Yes.
Issued a notice of deposition on February 11th, 2026 for a deposition over 2 months later on April 29th, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And a subpoena was issued on April 15th.
Correct. Thereabouts.
No, well, that's the date on it.
Okay, then yes.
Compelling production of documents 12 days later on April 27th. And the subpoena was not served for 6 days. Would you agree with that?
If that's what it says, I don't dispute the general point you're making.
So my first question is there a reason that you would wait 2 months after issuing a notice of deposition to issue the subpoena?
Well, there were a lot of moving pieces schedule-wise, as you're aware, Your Honor.
No, the notice of deposition said the date of the deposition.
Understood, but obviously those change.
Why do you wait 2 months, less than 2 weeks, closer to 12 days, to issue the subpoena and not serve it for 6 days?
Well, the service is dependent on the process server. I don't have an answer for you why it took 6 days.
No, it's not. The service is dependent upon the constable or whomever you hired to do it. Right?
Correct, Your Honor, but they're the ones that go out and try to find.
Maybe don't wait until 2 weeks before the deposition.
Understood, Your Honor, and I don't disagree with you. But when that issue was raised, in no form did anyone on our team say to Colin Albert's counsel, you have to get us those documents in the 8 days because that's what the subpoena says.
Well, that's what the document says. And I got to remind you of the provisions of Rule 45, which says a party or attorney, responsible for issuing and serving a subpoena must take reasonable steps to avoid imposing undue burden or expense on a person subject to the subpoena. This is a non-party. You served a subpoena asking for 4 years worth of information to be served in a very short period of time.
And that
I don't think that's complying with either the words or the spirit of Rule 45.
And that's why, Your Honor, I don't have a problem with that. And that's why when that issue was raised, because there was a lot going on in the case, and it took longer to serve than probably we would have wanted it to. And so, Your Honor, when counsel raised that and said exactly what you just said, you've only given us 9 days to appear and 8 days to produce, whatever the specific numbers are. We said, we understand that. We are going to work with you on negotiating and conferring on the scope of the subpoena. And secondly, because of the time limit, we are going to reschedule the deposition so that we can resolve this document production issue, including when a production would be made before the deposition, so that Mr. Albert doesn't have to come back twice. So I'm not fighting you on that, Your Honor. I agree. And when it was raised by Mr. Albert's counsel, they didn't get pushback on that, on the timing. And so I'm not defending that. It was an oversight, I think. And I would prefer that it had been served 30 days before.
With all due respect, to someone that's represented by 3 law firms and at least 10 attorneys, it's hard to envision that it was an oversight that the deposition of a non-party deposition subpoena doesn't go out until shortly before the deposition and 2 months after the notice of deposition.
Your Honor, frankly, there's no basis for that. There's nothing intentional that has been done here. I agree with you. It should have been done sooner. And I apologize that it was not done sooner. And when it was raised by counsel, there was no pushback on that. And I think if you ask counsel, they will confirm that there was not pushback on the time.
Let's skip down to April and May. Now, am I correct that your office knew of Mr. Albert's availability and unavailability in the month of June? Were you made aware of it?
When?
Were you made aware of it by Attorney Tuxbury?
When? At what point? Eventually, on, I believe, May 20th, the email is an exhibit.
May 20th. So.
And May 20th, just to be clear, the explanation that we received was between now, May 20th, and June 2nd, Mr. Albert is available. We propose, I believe it was May 27th and May 28th. After that point, Mr. Albert will be unavailable indefinitely without an explanation. Frankly, the first explanation that we received was in the motion, or in the opposition to the motion.
And
so, yes.
I know you call into question the manner in which Mr. Albert's deposition was noticed by the plaintiff's attorney. And I'm not arguing with that. But am I correct that you had notice of that deposition?
Were we aware that the plaintiffs planned to proceed with their deposition? Yes.
Yes. And even if the notice may have been deficient, as you referenced in your pleading, you or your team, like you like to refer to it, made an intentional decision not to appear without coming to the court at all.
So, first of all,
that's a yes or no question.
Well, I don't think it is a yes or no question, Your Honor. We were aware, and we didn't file a motion. But again, I'd like to address why that is, if you're going to raise the issue. May I address that?
I know why you didn't, because you claim you wrote about it. Why you didn't? It's in there. I read it.
Well, if you're asking about it at the hearing, I'd like to address the point. Okay. So what happened was we served the subpoena. As you say, we have a team of lawyers. Different lawyers are taking different depositions. The lawyer that's taking the deposition drafts, serves, and prepares the subpoena and prepares for the deposition. We did all of that. We complied with the rules, with your exception about date and timing is taken, well taken, and it won't happen in the future. However, otherwise, the subpoena was fully compliant with the rules, and the rules require us to be able to take the deposition. We didn't say it has to happen on this exact date. What we said was we will reschedule it to another date. The recipient of a deposition subpoena doesn't get to choose when the deposition happens by playing games like were played here and are laid out in our papers. Mr. Albert's counsel was notified in this back and forth in the emails that are attached to the motion papers that the attorney who was prepared to take Colin Albert's deposition was going to be away on 2 particular days that they had proposed. That one of those days, 6 days later, is the one that the plaintiffs chose. So the attorney who had prepared was not available, as was told to Mr. Albert's counsel. The notice, as you referred to, was issued in direct violation of Rule 30B1. So we provided notice to all parties that we believed that that deposition could not go forward pursuant to that notice, and we continue to believe that. But if the question is, did we come file a motion for protective order? No, because we don't believe we needed to.
Attorney Tuxbury.
Yes, Your Honor.
When is Mr. Albert going to be produced for deposition?
He appeared for that deposition on the 28th pursuant to the subpoena, and then he is.
One of the things I wanted to say is, I mean, don't think that that judge does not notice him pandering even more to social media while he's arguing with him, right? All the little digs that he's throwing in and all of the whatever. I mean, I have never seen anything like that.
No. And I got the hearing when I was driving to work, right? So I turn it on, I'm listening. And when Judge Gildea asked how old Colin was at that point, literally I wanted to pull over and get out of my car and just jump up and down because I have been arguing with people for 3 years. He was a ring bearer. It is of no consequence.
Right. A ring bearer in someone's sister's
100%.
wedding. I mean, FKR, do you see how stupid the judge thinks that is?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
The judge thinks that's insane.
We've been saying it for how long? Like your kid, if your kid is the right age, and if there's a couple that knows you, like you're
a non-party in this case.
Right.
And then the
the implication is that he was plotting at 6 years old.
Right. Yeah. With his 34 years, right?
You're
muted, honey. Okay, you should be better. No, we still can't hear you. No.
How dare he say we are not pandering to social media?
And again,
dare you?
Yeah, I want to point out how differently they handled Colin's deposition and Colin's discovery from the other witnesses. This was 100% on purpose. It was 100% Karen.
She was very excited to bring him back.
Yes, and she really wanted to make it look like he wasn't compliant. Explain to me, Mr. Rosenberg, why you served this kid instead of his attorney when you knew full well that he had an attorney. I think what they were hoping that Colin would be like, oh, because you know how Karen is, and she writes it and everything. Everybody's stupid except me, Karen Reed. She was hoping that he would just reply to it or he would just do it. Right. I think, that's how she thinks of people. Because you don't notice that amount of discovery to a deponent and give them 6 days. 6 days.
Yeah.
Are you out of your
First of all, are you out of your mind? You're asking for correspondence with Colin Albert and Yuri Buchanan. So you think that Colin Albert is and John O'Keefe, mind you, right? And Michael Proctor, like Colin Albert, holy God, like what?
And he had to sign Colin Albert had to sign a blood oath as the ring bearer, as Lady said earlier today, to be like, okay, little kid, okay, just so you know.
When I ask you to participate in a conspiracy 20 years from now, you are obligated by your service as a ring bearer to co-conspire with me.
And time does matter in regards to this, right? He was a child. He was a ring bearer. He wasn't a best man. He wasn't an adult making adult decisions.
They needed a little kid.
Yeah.
A cute boy. I mean,
they needed a cute little boy. His aunt's friend needed a cute little boy in her wedding.
And that's supposed to be some tie to show how connected. It's just, it's so absurd.
You guys are,
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
You're so ridiculous.
I mean,
and
can I say something totally unimportant right now?
Sure.
So Rosenberg, seriously, I was like, he kind of looks like Bettero. And then I was like, he kind of looks like the DUI guy. Like he kind of looks like he could be the baby.
He had a baby.
Like a lawsuit.
Yes, right. I'm like, he just has that same little guy.
If you have kids or if you were a teacher, I taught third grade for a while. That's the feeling I got. Like when I first heard this, I was like, this is like talking to a third grader and saying, okay, here's why we go hang up our backpack when we come in the room. And there's just like this endless well of rage that's coming at you from this small child about insignificant thing, right? This ordinary thing. And that's how he came off. He was so defensive.
Yeah.
I wish that I would have loved to have been there, because I would have been like, he was 8. He was 8 years old. I can answer. Because I mean, no one, he can't answer. He was 8 years old.
And what is the chance?
Do you believe he didn't know?
No, I was gonna say, what is the odds that he did not know the
He
age?
knew. He knew.
Yeah,
He didn't want to. You know how ridiculous he would have looked. He was 8.
He didn't want to see that. Yeah, he didn't want to see it.
He was 8. I mean, all right. So the Colin Albert thing, absolutely ridiculous. But can we please? I know all you free Karen readers hate watch us. Do you know how long you have been saying that? I am not going to defend Michael Proctor for any of his vile and disgusting texts, but do you know how long you have all been saying that he said, pin it on the girl?
Mm-hmm.
And we have been saying for 3 years, no, you morons, that's her lawyers that said, pin it on the girl. So not only did her new attorneys, they're just as unethical as Jackson and United, try to throw that into a filing like someone else. Oh, we're not going to say who said it, and they put it all out there just for you guys, for the social media.
Right. It was for meeting.
And he had the nerve to quote the murder defendant at the time's lawyer.
Yeah.
Freaking filing. Pin it on the girl.
I cannot believe they even have the audacity.
I can't.
That's how arrogant her team is. They think they can, and it's not even that he quoted Alan Jackson and didn't cite it. It's that in that sentence, he put, they wanted it to look like it was Proctor who said it.
Yep.
They were trying to mislead the judge. They were trying.
And the judge knew it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
he did
mislead the public, which means Karen's team thinks you're all fools.
Yeah.
People who believe her and support her. That's how they treat you.
Yes.
That has been made very clear. And if you're okay with that, like you're a free American, it's okay.
Yeah. And you're proving them right. I'm sorry. You're proving them right.
And I 100% believe that Karen knows that Peter Tragos went on Megyn Kelly and said that the witnesses said that.
Course she
100%. That was not there by mistake. That was put to that motion on purpose.
And I don't think, I could be wrong. Tuesday will probably know. He's never corrected that, right?
So someone said today.
So
he
did kind of today.
Oh, what did he say?
Did you listen?
He corrected his comment about the hearing. He hasn't corrected.
I did listen. He said that it's all their fault that he was confused.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, they have said he said it a million times.
I mean, he did say, I've been one of those people that have been confused because they put these quotes and things and you think it's coming.
All right. Well, you know what? There you go. Okay. That's
However,
but he did say this week that he was part of Karen Reed's team, and then he caught himself and tried to correct it, and it was one of the most awkward. Like he was scrambling for the next word.
Yeah, I did. I saw that, but I did see a little bit today. I didn't see the part Julie just talked about, but I did see he redeemed himself a little bit for me today because I feel like maybe he's catching on. I don't know.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. I think
okay. Sorry, it keeps cutting out.
That's okay.
He streamed the trial. Okay, so he is fully aware and capable of going back and looking at things and confirming things. And this is the problem with YouTubers and law tubers, especially when they lean in one way and they advocate and they don't correct themselves. They don't see themselves as journalists, but that's what they are. You are behaving as a reporter and a journalist. And so you are responsible for correcting information. And we told him on social media, we told him a million times. I wrote a letter to Megyn Kelly telling her that he gave, I mean, that's the reason why this is so infuriating is because it's not like, oops, it was a quote that I thought was someone else. It's a quote saying that they found an investigator who literally says he's conspiring to frame Karen. That's a
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
What's more egregious than saying, I'm going to pin it on the girl? Like, what?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's blatantly right there. That's saying, like, I'm conspiring to frame Karen Reed.
Right.
No, it's very damning.
Yes.
So I've got this clip.
I just want to say one more thing before I move on, which another huge thing I noticed, which I don't think gets enough attention, is 3 law firms and 10 attorneys.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
It was so funny. And who's that poor guy at the end? The guy
I don't know. I never saw
looking at
him
his paper.
So I think that's the insurance company's lawyer.
It might be.
And I think his name is Tang. I might be wrong.
He's a little more
I think it's
reserved.
Tang.
All right. And I have just one more thing to say before I move on, which is, did y'all notice Bill Reed had an Adam Deach pin on, which
I did notice.
You are not supposed to wear political pins in court. I don't know how that got, but
do you know
imagine that man wearing that in court? Like,
And
what?
he doesn't even live there, right?
No, this is stuff, like, what is happening?
I don't know. I mean, can you imagine, like, if I went to work on Monday with a Greg Connor pin?
No. I mean, he literally, like, they are just like sticking this in everyone's face. Like, we are all together. She's like at his campaign quarters, opening it. He's there. He's got the pin on now. Like, I mean, I cannot say it enough. If that guy gets in office, you might as well elect Karen Reed as your DA of Norfolk County.
Well, and I told
100%.
the girls this morning, because there was a debate and then there was like a little schmooze fest afterwards where Emily C. and Law Girls Not Attorneys were like hanging out with, getting selfies with Deach. And I was like, I would be sectioned if I told my family, if I was like, I'm going to another state that I don't live in to get a selfie with someone who's running for DA. I mean, how weird is that? It's so weird.
It is.
Yeah.
Weird.
And I mean, the girl is like 14 years old. Like, you can't vote. What are you doing? Like, go home, go read a book.
It's
so bizarre.
I have to say, Lydia, like, seriously, me and Lydia could never be like in a school classroom together as kids.
No, we're bad.
I had tears in my eyes.
I know.
I think because it's also the dude,
right?
But this comment killed me, and it was right around the time when the judge was like, "You have like 10 attorneys." And he put his Karen's climate-controlled rug, one of her attorneys. And I don't know why I looked at Lydia and we were just dying. So
yeah, we had to turn our cameras off.
I had to walk away.
The 10 attorneys. So he keeps bringing up the 10 attorneys, right? Because it's patently ridiculous. He's clearly been a judge for a really long time. And from what I've heard, I don't know, I haven't researched it, but from attorneys that I've seen online, he has deep history with civil cases, right? That's his wheelhouse. And he's been on the bench for a while. And for him to continually point out the inefficiency of both cases moving along with a person with 10 attorneys, it is noteworthy.
It's absurd. Yeah. And the other thing that he keeps bringing up, and also that he went this hard today, this man knows, I mean, a judge is a judge, but you're also a human being. He knows what they are doing to Colin Albert. Yeah. He's no fool. He knows what they are doing. He knows they're pandering to social media. He knows what they're trying to do to him. He knows.
And this is exactly what is needed, right? And that one attorney that is a Karen supporter on Twitter, Madberry, is that her name?
Marbury versus
Marbury. So she was upset that she says that he must have got his talking points or something from the witness's side because of
the judge.
Yeah.
Because of how he called out them about the quote and about asking Colin's age. And it's like, no.
And the ring bearer.
It was probably, I'm sure it was Jen McCabe. I'm sure it was Jen.
Yeah.
Maybe she like was using her powers to like talk to him from her seat. But she is magical.
I mean, these are basic logical questions if you're reading that motion.
Right.
To be like, how does this matter? Tell me the age. Tell me the connection. What was he? Was he the best man? Was he the, it's like these things matter.
It is the most normal question in the world. Like Canone should have been saying that.
Yeah.
What the hell are you showing me this for? He was 8 years old. Get this out of here.
They were just so used to not being called out.
Yes.
And I'm embarrassed for them about the quote, the false quote. I'm embarrassed.
Oh yeah, it is. It's so bad.
So
and they'll still say he said it. They'll still say it.
Yes. There's a YouTuber that says, there will be. So we are going on an hour and a half, so we're probably not going to finish.
We're not going to get to the motion.
But before we do that, I have 2 videos. We've got lots of videos and lots of media to show you guys, but I want to do 2 videos. So the first one I'm going to do, and I'm going to point this out because this was a person who, this is a YouTuber, a law tuber, who thought we got to Craig Melvin, right? That was his opinion. That video, he was like, oh my God, I'm sorry, video interview, like, where did Craig get these questions? How could he ask her that?
Really?
And so this
that was us.
Yeah.
I think it was. They thought Kate got him his questions, right?
Oh, okay.
Ridiculousness.
I wish I knew Craig Melvin. I love him.
Seriously, me too. So hold on just a second, you guys. But this is his opinion about the subpoena request and the discovery request to Colin. Because apparently Martin did not do his homework. And you know what? Again, I just have to say, everybody has jobs, everybody has whatever. If I can do this, Martin, you can do this too. So
he was very busy today, Julie.
Is this brother counsel, Martin?
Yes.
Radner.
It sure is. So here we go.
Superior Court Rule 9C conference relating to the objections wrote that it makes sense to take Colin Albert's deposition after documents are produced. So now what happened here? There's an objection to the documents. Now, if you want to have a good deposition, if you want to have an effective deposition, you want to have a helpful deposition, you need the documents. You can't do an effective deposition if that person is hiding documents from you that you can be asking him questions about.
Okay. How do I get that off, you guys?
I'll get it off.
Yeah. So did you hear what he said? He accused Colin of hiding documents. Sir, they gave him 6 days to produce 4 years, which is outrageous that she asked for that, worth of documents. Are you out of your damn mind? He's not hiding anything.
And does he not remember when Adam went on an extended live to talk about how he was given 30 days to get 4 years worth of documents together and how that was absolutely impossible. So that is acceptable.
So but again, and
days,
and Aiden still has not replied to that request. And so now there's another one that I want to get to, and I want to play this first because there are so many people that for whatever reason think that this harassment is a fantasy. We even had it, with people that were Karen Reed is guilty. Remember Roberta Glass is like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see any harassment. These things are actually happening. Colin he's what age is he, Carrie?
He's
what?
Right?
I can't hear you.
You're muted.
You're muted.
21, sorry, 21.
This is a 21-year-old kid. And yeah, I get it. He's 18. He's an adult. It's still a 21-year-old.
17 at the time, which does
He was
make
17
Right.
when 17 when supposedly he did this. And then what? Freshman in college when y'all went after him. And you're trying to tell me that these things aren't happening. And so I'm going to play a video. This is Colin and Chris. This is an FKR YouTube station that put this up, that obviously FOIA'd it. Colin and Chris are in the police station. They are reporting an incident that happened with Colin that is not unusual. This happens to Colin quite a bit. And they don't think that there's any cameras. So this is dad and son.
It's a hard watch.
It's a very hard watch. Dad and son are just kind of having a conversation. They think they're alone. Yeah, so let me grab that. And I want you guys to remember this when people tell you that the harassment isn't happening.
And Julie, let me interrupt. I think this is he was probably 19, right?
Yeah, he was young.
Yeah, okay.
19, 20.
I didn't know what the fuck the guy was gonna do.
I know, Colin. I know it's crazy.
Freaking me out, following me left and right. I freaked out. I don't know what the guy was doing. Time you say to turn it off till 12.
Yeah, well, you'll be out of here in a minute. Piece of fucking shit.
I mean, dude, I freaked out. I didn't know who the hell the guy was. When he was standing in front of Deanie, I didn't know he was recording.
It's weird. He went down after he was recording. He went down towards that way, but then he walked across the street.
I didn't know who he was at first, but that's
of course,
freaked me out. If I saw him with like a little GoPro, I would have understood a little better. But dude, if a guy's following me around for 15 minutes, I don't know what the hell the guy's gonna do.
No, I don't blame you, Colin, for being nervous. I mean, we're living in crazy times. Like, what? The fact that guy can just openly just follow you around is just bizarre. He's probably in the parking lot, videotaping our cars right now.
Your car's unlocked too.
I know. My coffee's in it. It's probably poison my coffee.
Don't drink it.
I don't care.
Maybe the public record going on audio tape and stuff, you know?
Yeah, I know. That's the only problem with
video.
it. Yeah. I don't think it should be filming now, but I don't know how that works, to be honest.
Yeah, I just freaked out. I didn't know who the hell the guy was. I mean, like, I've never seen him before. And dude, at first I didn't know he was recording. That's another thing. When he was in that car staring at me, he was like, the look on his face was like, I was like, this is no good right now.
You guys?
Yeah.
So here's what they agreed with me. It's not stalking yet.
Yeah.
And here is, I printed it out for you. And don't ever feel like you're troubling us or anything like that. If you feel unsafe, we'll always come out. Make sure you're all right. Take a report from you, because if you guys want to go ahead, I'm going to swing around just so we can all read this together.
Yeah, so that's how they live.
Yes.
Every day.
Every single day. And I'm just going to interrupt for a minute because I just pulled these up as we were talking. So I don't know if you can hear the anxiety in that kid's voice.
I can hear it.
Can you hear it?
I can hear it in Colin and Chris's voice.
Yeah,
I can hear it.
And this is what, and I live here, and I know these people really well. Everyone on the panel knows them, but I see this. This happens to them. Jen McCabe, her daughters, Brian Albert, all of them, every single day. Every single day. I've been with Jen McCabe when this has happened to her. Yeah. And if you think, oh, it's so funny he's going down there because the guys, there's a there was a guy following him with a GoPro on his head.
No, he didn't have the GoPro. He was just
he didn't.
following him. And Colin had said, if he had a GoPro,
okay.
maybe then I would have been like, okay, he's just
Sorry.
filming me.
Yes. So he's just following him and filming him.
And staring at him.
And he can do that. This is America, apparently, which is bizarre to me, but whatever. But these are the kind of posts that are made that they also have to live with, right? Chrissy and Colin, you should be scared. It will hit you when you don't expect it. I know how this works. Your days are numbered. Time to move all you assholes out of Canton one by one. And time to turn your badge in, Kevin, you piece of shit. We will never rest, and that goes for all of you.
Who was that? Was that Richard Schiffer?
Yes,
that
correct.
was Richard Schiffer, the duck guy.
And Colin isn't getting away with it. Trust me. It's a matter of when. I have no facts, but the buzz is he's a marked man and not by law enforcement. So these are just two, are what that kid lives with. And then he has you lunatics following him, and he has to worry that one of you is going to kill him.
Yeah.
And that's what you just heard there.
Yeah.
And you can see that he's like, he has that instinct. He's trusting his instinct that something is very much not right when he sees that guy. And that like stress level is so hard on you when you're just like constantly in fear. And this is a lot like what it's like to, I mean, I think everybody can empathize with, you know, if Colin were female, like that level of fear about all the people around you, that is what that feels like. And he was just a kid.
Yeah.
And there are these
I think that any person at any age would feel terrified, but I will say anyone who's had a grown child, like an adult child, where they've exited the teen years or exiting and they're entering into this young adulthood, that is still a child.
Scary.
They are like
and you all know that. Free Karen Reed, what Tuesday's saying right now, like you all sit around saying they're adults and whatever. You all have kids. You know they're not adults, and you know they're kids. So stop.
And you know their parents are
so
terrified.
It's like a baby bird leaving its nest. It's like they're trying to fly for the first time. It is one of the highest depression age brackets because it's the age where mental health will pick up, issues pick up, anxiety, depression. It is a lot of
the highest suicide rate for young adults is that age.
And you guys are targeting him over speculations when a federal investigation came to a close with zero indications of any conspiring, and then Karen's team has the audacity to put fake pin it on the girl quote in their motion to mislead you guys, all of you, all of us, all of you. And if you don't double check your sources and ask questions and look at things from different angles, you are the fool in this, that they want you to be the fool, you to hunt down these people with
and you're doing it. You're doing it for them.
Yeah.
You're doing it. I was with Jen McCabe once. We were having lunch and her daughter, we were at her house and her daughter came home, her oldest daughter, and she had been followed in her car, someone pulled up next to her, looked over. Of course, they all know their cars, right? For some bizarre reason, they all know the cars that they all drive, and literally followed her. Tailgate, right on her ass of her car. Right. She came in. I have never seen someone shaking like that. This is what I think she was 20 at the time. I don't know, maybe 21. What are you doing to these two kids? Like what is wrong? Like how do you guys look in the mirror?
And this is why Aiden is in serious. Like I would be shaking in my boots if I was him, because you incited this.
Yeah.
You told people.
Amazing point.
Yes. I mean, they are living, this is their new normal, and you proclaim that this is how they would live. This is how you wanted them to live.
You won't be able to leave your house.
Yeah.
Everyone will know Colin Albert's name. This
You
is
want to
exactly
destroy
what
them.
he said.
Yep.
And watch the Alex Jones trial. Watch when one of these unhinged people approached one of the victims in this case and was later arrested, like completely deranged individual, because that is who is inspired by this type of incitement, is completely deranged individual.
Yes. Yeah.
And imagine if that was your daughter or your son.
And all of these things they're doing is just, this is all going to come in the case, right? Like all of these things, like Tuesday said, this is all going to come in. All of you people attacking, you know, this amazing fundraiser we're having tomorrow night. This is all part of the case, right? That he incited all of this, that they can't even have a supportive gathering because of what he has incited. So congratulations.
Yeah.
You're
He's
congratulations.
still trying to incite this idea that it's a white supremacist rally or something. And this is another
I don't
thing
know.
to note.
I don't know where. I don't know what that's even. I don't even know what he's talking about.
Simply because the event's on Juneteenth, right? He always needs to attach a narrative to things to try and twist things around. But here's the deal. Obviously, Proctor has racist text messages that we recently heard, right, in his phone that were extracted, or in his iCloud or whatever. That has been in the headlines, right? These texts are not a part of Karen. Karen's name is not attached to them. These are racist texts that go far back. They're egregious. They're vile, right? But with that said, if we look at the O.J. Simpson case, right, we had an investigator who also had a racist quotes that were brought up, right? If the family, the victims and witnesses of the victims, the family and friends of the victims were to have a fundraiser for their civil lawsuit, that does not attach them to the investigator who had racist comments. And that connection's probably more egregious, right? Because the defendant was a Black man, right? But that is what they're trying to do. They are trying to attach Proctor to the witnesses. And that's just not a thing. Proctor is not attached to this fundraiser whatsoever. So
you guys are not ever going to be able to attach Michael Proctor to people who have never met him before.
Well,
Don't you?
that's thanks.
So go right ahead and try. They've never met him.
Yeah. So there's 2 points about that video that I want to make. As far as Karen put it in the filings we were supposed to go over, that he had violent tendencies, and Aidan Kearney has repeated over and over again that he's a violent hothead. If Colin was a violent hothead and someone was following him around, he would have decked him. He would have punched him right in the face. So that just blows that whole fantasy that they have. And the other point of that video is, if the Alberts had Canton Police Department in their back pocket, they would have sent 20 cops after that guy.
Great point.
And that is not what happened.
They didn't do anything. They sent them away and told them to keep coming back. Keep coming back so we can keep sending you away after.
Exactly. So the reality is, these people are living in hell. The things that you guys are saying are not true.
Great point. Great point.
And yeah. And it was right there on video. So how are you going to deny it? How are you going to deny it? Chris and Colin did not even know they were being filmed at that point. You could hear it in the video. They were like, they thought that he had left with the cameras. So they were talking freely. They had no idea. And then when the police officer came back, he was like, it's not stalking yet. So all of these fantasies that Karen has constructed and that you guys keep repeating, they're fantasies. It's a lie. It's an absolute lie.
Yep. And like Julie just said, he's a hothead because of 2 videos
Right,
that
of a
Karen Reed got
teenager.
from Tom Beatty when he was when Colin was a teenager against rival sports teams.
It's ridiculous, Carrie. I raised
it's
3
absurd.
boys. I mean, boys wrestle, boys do stuff. I saw those videos. Those were not real fights, you guys. I mean, I was telling you guys earlier today about like the fights my husband got in when he was in college. Those were not fights. I'm telling you right now, what you saw in those videos, that was just sparring, right?
Yep.
It was just
And one of them was his friend.
Yep.
The other one, the Advantage Boys video that they're obsessed with. It's a hockey team.
Yeah.
Like I think it was, who said it? Was it Tuesday? Who said there's Adele singing in the background? That's the best part.
Yes, there's Adele in the background. I mean, come on,
And
you guys.
I'm a girl, and I am glad that there was not social media around to hear the things that I said about our rival football teams, because they were not classy or polite.
And Julie and I have boys who have been on football teams
it's
their
just
entire
what we
lives.
do.
So
It's just shit.
when
They
I see
know that.
those videos and they are talking like that, I'm literally
So
like,
ridiculous.
But yet we have like 10 audio clips of Karen screaming things like, you fucking pervert, screaming these things. But those are supposed to be totally normal.
Yeah, that's very normal. That's a loving relationship.
I do want to say real quickly regarding emotional harm. So I know Aiden kind of mocks this idea of emotional harm as part of a witness intimidation statute in Massachusetts. When you listen to that recording of Colin and Chris, and you hear Chris even say, my coffee's in my car, my door is unlocked, someone may have they're probably going to poison my coffee, I don't even care. That is emotional harm. What emotional harm is they are automatically living in a state of fear and paranoia of the harm that is that people are going to do to them. That is what it is. If that's a joke to you, then you clearly do not understand how bad emotional harm can be on people and how it's PTSD really a lot of times.
PTSD. It's like cortisol level midnight.
But please do not ever say to me that it's not happening. Do not ever say that.
Yes. Do not. I mean,
no.
Just
apparently Emily Baker, that lawyer, someone had said that she spoke today. I wonder if someone put it in there that
it was in one of our comments.
She doesn't think Colin was really harassed.
Emily, dear, you haven't looked hard enough because it's real easy to fucking find.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
She's friends with Alan Jackson. She's another piece of shit law to
Yeah, she is.
Who spends her time just, pandering to Alan Jackson. And
wait till Aiden gets tired of you. That's all I'll say.
I'm tired of the narrative that these things aren't happening. I'm tired of these people trying to make light of this. It's happening. It's horrible. No one should live like this. No. It is compliments of Aiden Carney and Karen Reed, and it can never happen again. We cannot have this happen again. And this poor kid, and then he tries to join the army, like go, get on with his life.
Get out of here.
Dragged into something that is not any of his fault. And then he still gets, the back. Someone said, well, why is he on social media looking at it? Do you not realize he has a family? He has a mom and a dad, and he has friends.
He's a human being.
This stuff, they're just as affected as he is. So please just stop it. Just admit it. Just accept reality.
Bragging about how everybody loves her. She can go down to Newberry Street
100% just walk around.
And then her fans complain that the anchors asked her the wrong kind of questions.
Yeah, she didn't get the right questions. Poor Karen.
She's the victim of Today's Show.
She's not worried somebody's poisoning her coffee.
No, she's not.
And nobody, and that's the thing too, right? The other thing, which is so crazy, all of these things that have been done to all these people, you would never see that, right, on this side. I don't care what anybody says. I will argue that till the day is long. I mean, if I was going to spend my time trying to ruin a Karen Reed fundraiser, I mean, put me in a mental institution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Kids.
Yeah. I mean, they have been really targeted and attacked this week. I want to go back next week to those filings and go back to what some of these really disgusting people said about Allie and Colin.
Especially you, Melanie Little.
Yeah. Melanie Little has made
Melanie
my list.
Little.
Yeah.
Can we end on a funny note that I
Actually,
noticed?
can I just put one more thing up, you guys?
Oh, yeah.
I pulled this out. It's Father's Day weekend, and I just wanted to end on this one.
Aww.
Yeah. Isn't that a sweet picture?
That is sweet.
That's a great picture.
Yeah.
Is real quickly, we did have that one question we put a star on. Is she even here anymore in the chat?
They said she left. So
we can
do
still
next
address
time.
it. We can address it. Maybe she'll come back and is it the ARCA one?
It's the ARCA one. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys want to take that one?
What was the question?
Let me put it up on the
Let's go.
screen. Oops. Sorry, we were doing it at the same time.
Was she mad in the chat? Is that why she left?
No, she didn't. I mean, I don't think so. I think she just left. I didn't see anything.
Is she on Twitter? I feel like that name is familiar. Little Miss Peachy.
No, I think you're thinking of Peachy Keen.
No, it's not Peachy Keen. I have dealt with these people for the past 3 years. This is probably somebody who made a new account today to kind of troll us, but let's go ahead and answer it for this person who spent their time making this account.
Okay, so respectfully and with genuine curiosity, and I will thank you for writing this kindly, what do you ladies think about ARCA? Why do you not trust their conclusions? I don't know if we want to go around and whatever, but I will say I have many concerns with ARCA. One of them being that the defense was found in violation with the court during trial twice for communications that were deleted. One of them being Daniel Wolf had even offered to not say something for Alan Jackson while under testimony. They went to Signal and were using communications secretly. And meanwhile, Karen's team was boasting to the media about how these independent experts that they have nothing to do with are exonerating her with this, ARCA evidence. And I will say, not only was there the misleading with the payment. I mean, there's a lot of misleading, right, that we found out about, and a lot of hiding. But on the side of that, there's two things they didn't do. One of which is Karen's entire defense is hindering on the fact that she says she broke her taillight off of John's Traverse that morning. ARCA never measured those vehicles to show that that's exactly how Karen damaged her taillight. The Commonwealth's expert, Dr. Welcher, is the one who did it. He used digital math. He went there physically with the vehicles. He did it all. It is physically impossible for Karen to have damaged her taillight. The bumpers, the way the bumpers were, it's just physically impossible. So they went out of their way to not do the things that needed to be done. The other thing they went out of their way to do was to avoid the text stream data. They did not go near that text stream data that tells us exactly what Karen did. In their testing, here, FCare can't explain the Rescue Randy experiment. Their testing was all over the place. They did not use a neutral weight for each of their different tests regarding the dummy doll and the arm and all that. It was very curated in their testing. One video went missing. So on top of that, we also have video footage of the other ARCA dude, Rentschler, at the talking with the defense attorney's father right after he testified at a party where he says he had a ham sandwich. This was after trial. This was during trial 1. And Dr. Wolf's wife also joined the FKR page. Right. There's just so many elements, right, that make you say, hold on a minute. Like,
yeah.
I'll let you, sorry.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I have a video where I line up Alan Jackson, Trooper Paul's testimony, and the Rescue Randy video from ARCA, and they line up perfectly with Trooper Paul's testimony. And you can search it on Twitter. I say Trooper Paul is owed an apology, because what they were saying was so very different from what their own video showed. Their own video showed exactly what happened to John, even though they tried to put their finger on the scale by changing the weight of the arm that they use, using the different dummies. They tried so hard to get it to not look like what exactly happened to John, and they failed, because it's in the video, and the video exactly lines up with Trooper Paul's testimony, and you can see that in the video. So just go click on my highlights, look for Trooper Paul, you'll see it. They're frauds.
Also, I could go on forever, but also Dr. Rentschler, I don't know, maybe Julie, you can mention the x-ray with Dr. Rentschler when he had made the assertion that he ruled out any soft tissue damage from John's injuries. And what we know from x-rays is that is not the proper use to look for soft tissue damage. No. He would use an MRI machine.
Which everyone in real life knows. Anyone who's ever had an injury. We all know that.
He made that statement on direct, and then on cross, Hank Brennan had him contest to the fact that, no, you can't rule that out. We can't rule out soft tissue damage. It's not possible. So he was misleading.
Yeah. I mean, I just, for me, for ARCA, I go back to, and Mark Betterow keeps going on shows and keeps repeating it, that the DA should have dropped the case as soon as he got the ARCA report in the first trial. And again, Mr. Betterow, and to all of you people that are that think ARCA is God's because of the first trial, they did not test the Commonwealth theory. There would be no reason for the Commonwealth to drop their case, because what ARCA tested had nothing to do with their theory. But it's one of those things, they keep repeating it, and the more they repeat it, they think it, I guess it's true for all of those people. When we come back to these filings next week, I want to play the Karen video where she's in the Ted Daniels interview, and she's like, it all came from the Canton rumor mill. And then it just became true. And that is exactly what happened. These were all rumors. And just because people kept repeating it and repeating it and repeating it, then it became truth. And
just John O'Keefe was not hit by a car. They just keep repeating it, and that's all the mob says. It's just repeat.
This is like a fable, right? When you're like a little kid and you.
I just want to say one thing. If little Peachy is here, because my question to her would be, why don't you believe Dr. Judd Welcher?
Right.
She's asking us why we don't believe ARCA. Why don't you believe the person who actually went by the text stream data and did all
explain the physics of being clipped versus? I mean, he did the math in the science of it.
So,
and why don't you believe Rescue Randy?
That would be my answer.
Your eyes, the eyeballs,
your eyes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But before we go, I do want to point out something funny that happened today. So Carrie was using voice to text and she has a very strong accent. I know she thinks she doesn't have an accent, but so it misinterpreted what she said because of her accent. And so she was like, oh my God, that's not what I said. My voice to text doesn't understand it. And I noticed in that video of Colin and Chris that when they
Yes,
get
cow.
hard,
It's a cow.
yes, the
Yeah.
cow.
Oh my God, I
Voices
know.
are cows.
Like
And I was like,
their
yes.
voice to text can't even understand us.
I know.
I
It's
seriously
so
for a
funny.
second I was like, do they own cows?
No,
And then I realized.
it's
Like,
hard.
cows.
Yeah, I mean that was a really difficult video for me.
It was.
That's a
Yeah.
hard watch. That's a hard watch.
Yeah, I found it just, I was looking for something. I wasn't even searching for that. And I found that video and I was in my office at work at lunch and I listened to it and it's much longer than that.
Yeah.
And so by the time it's done, like you're crying because it's like, I cannot believe that these people have to live like this. This is
horrific.
horrible. And I found it, the week as all of this stuff is happening and this poor young man is just trying to start his life. And you lunatics, you absolute friggin'
Yeah,
lunatics.
you're freaking lunatics.
Yeah.
You're lunatics.
It's just like, how do you feel when you know you've caused that feeling in a father and his child?
I think they get off on it. I think they I don't know what I don't know what happened to these people, how they ended up. I don't know. Like, I don't know if they were like this 3 years ago or this case did I don't
I
some
really
of the stuff,
think
I
people
don't understand.
I really do think, I'm not going to give everyone this type of credit, but I really do think it is easy to trust sources online, especially ones that use their legal degree as some form of authority, or dare I say counseling degree. And they use their degrees to show kind of this proof of expertise. And then they abuse people online. And and we can easily fall for media manipulation. We all are vulnerable to it. And it's just another reminder that we need to always be questioning, even question us, right? This is why we bring the paperwork. This is why we bring, especially find us on Twitter, Truth. What is Truth's handle?
I think that's a good point, but I think the more thing I was saying was like the the messages about people having not having a lot of time left and things like that.
Right.
That's not from any content creator or whatever. That's from like how did these people become this?
Because they're consuming this stuff.
How did they become this?
Yeah.
Like how do you think it's okay to
it's that
by these
algorithm.
people's it's crazy.
But they're all responsible, right? So if you put
Yeah.
that garbage out there and then you
Yeah.
create a Richard Schiffer,
Yes.
you are
Right.
responsible.
Yeah, no, you're
for
right.
it.
You're right.
You are
You're right.
responsible for that.
Right.
Yeah, and just feeding into that dark online spiral that people get caught up in it's bad news.
Yeah. Yeah. So next week we're going to
actually do our show.
Are we going to do our show? So we have a special present for Aiden Carney. And so we're going to do that show. We're going to
talk about the witness harassment next week.
Yeah. So we've got to finish this. We've got to do that witness harassment show. And we also have to, before we have the July 14th hearing in the federal case, the motion to dismiss the anti-SLAPP, we've got to get back to that as well. So we got a lot, you guys.
I know. I think we have like 3 backlogged.
Yeah.
Can I just end on just about tomorrow night?
Yes.
Yes, please do.
Oh yeah.
So we have our fundraiser tomorrow night, and I'm hoping a lot of people that are listening are probably coming. We're so excited.
Yeah.
We are just expecting such a great time. We're really excited. I know you guys have seen John Camo is very excited. He's
got his clicker.
He's going to get a clicker. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I can just tell him, we sold the tickets. So if he wants to know how many people he I can certainly message him and let him know. I don't know if he thinks that's like what kind what kind of, what that means to him. Like he's clicking how many people show up. Like he thinks we care.
It's
like
bizarre.
I don't care if 20 people show up or 200. I just care that people are there to support. So I don't.
And it's a Friday night. So what's going on?
Like the people already bought their tickets, John. So they've shown their support. Like I don't care who. It's just the strangest thing I've ever encountered is this man's obsession with, first of all, with these two kids.
Oh, he has such an obsession.
Oh my God, it's like
it's
concerning.
gross.
And then this fundraiser. I mean, Karen Reed, I think she's had you guys, 150 fundraisers in the past 3 years. Have you even given any thought to ever caring about how many people went, where it was? Could you go look at it? I can't even imagine, but I do just want to say before we end, I wanted to just thank a few people, and they know why, just before tomorrow night. And I'm not going to say last names or anything, so I hope they know who they are. But Patty, Jenny, Corey, Earl, Tulu, D-Beck, Lisa L, you are unbelievable. Lydia, Ken, and April, you are also unbelievable. I just wanted to thank those few just because they've just been very gracious with help for the fundraiser. So I just want to say thank you to those people. Just a little shout out.
Very sweet, guys.
Yeah. And we're really excited. And then we can tell you all about it. Next week's show that we're doing, Kate's going to come on with us. And because we want to talk about the harassment and the intent and all that. So then her and I can maybe just talk a little bit about it at the beginning and let everyone know how it went.
And I have a special folder because I know Aiden is so concerned about intent. But I have a surprise for him.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
It's going to be a special surprise. So
that's going to be fun. Yeah, we already have it on our forensic room page on Twitter, the show. I forget what it's called, but I think it's called
his
non-intent or something. I'm trying to find it. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And then we will get back to these court documents. I really do want to go over the accusations, Karen's accusations against Colin that are completely unfounded. I think Tuxbury's filing was amazing. I love the way it was written. I love the things that he said. So I'd like to get to those too.
So are we gonna read both of those?
Yes.
Oh, great. Great.
That's what we were supposed to do.
Yeah. And then we've got media to go along with it. So you guys can see the harassment and you can see, we can debunk all of Karen's ridiculousness.
All right. Well, maybe we can all talk and maybe we can add a show or something to do that. We'll all maybe talk and whatever.
Maybe we can
figure something out.
Weekend show or something.
Yeah. Maybe everyone's around one day.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So happy Father's Day to all the dads.
Yes, happy Father's Day.
Yeah, there's Brian, Chris,
Matt
McCabe,
Matt,
Mr. O'Keefe.
Yes, Mr. O'Keefe.
I'm trying to think of Paul as a dad.
Yeah, Paul. Yep.
John Jackson, Brendan Kane.
Yes.
Come on, guys, help me. There's
Carl.
Carl. Ken.
Yeah. Carl.
So many dads. You guys, we were probably going to forget so many of them.
Never mind.
Who?
I'm not going to say.
Say it.
I'm not going to say.
Yeah. But we appreciate all you guys. We wish you all the best.
Yes.
Lots of prayers for you guys. Lots of good energy.
All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much.
Thank
you
guys. Have a good night.
Good night.